So guys, this woman on your screen at one point debated Andrew Tate and now was stuck up for him recently. In a minute I will show you guys her entering a Twitter space and debating everyone on his innocence. She said, as a man in 2023, if you don't get called toxic, you're not masculine enough. If you teach men to be strong, independent and suspicious of the government, you get arrested. They cannot have rich, powerful, free thinkers roaming around. The Matrix is in overdrive right now. Don't be fooled. She said Tate isn't a human trafficker, but you know who is? Prince Andrew, the Clintons. They've paid for women to be silent. Where's your outrage? And also, if you really cared about human trafficking, they would have released Epstein's little black book. They don't care. Stop being a sheep. Innocent until proven guilty. We need to be unemotional when talking about reality. Believe all women is dangerous.
I think he's an incredibly successful individual who has put a lot of people out of business. There's a lot of jealousy when you're that successful, and people will do whatever they can to bring you down. I've kind of come in the middle of this conversation. As for, men speaking on behalf of women when it comes to like OnlyFans and things like that, it's a business at the end of the day. And I guess a man knows how to keep a man paying more money. It is what it is. We all thought sex work was, real work and women should be empowered to do what they want. My opinions don't matter on that. But, suddenly that's not okay. I thought we all supported women to do what they wanted. And, Tate and his brother were helping women get make more money from this. I think the whole thing is rubbish. I think, like I said earlier, he's pissed a lot of people off. That's the name of the game. That's what he wanted to do. That's how he became incredibly successful in social media. It was by annoying a lot of people, being very rude. I don't take it seriously. I've said for months now, I know both of them personally. I think he's actually a nice person, despite what probably everybody else in this group may think, or in this space may think. And the whole thing is rubbish. I'm like truly just so fascinated by what's happening. I mean, let me know if you have any specific questions, but I think it's all rubbish.
Yeah, so I've got a question for you. So we had Patrick David on the space earlier, and he talked about his experience with Andrew. They spent like 6 hours together. He did a long interview with him, and he talked about his personality when the camera's not rolling, and it was even is nicer than the person we all see on those videos. But it kind of reminded me of Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX story. Sam was an incredibly nice guy, like just so nice. You would never think he's a criminal, and then look where we are today. So I'm not saying Andrew's a criminal. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate. Would you the allegations are pretty serious. What makes you confident that they're not true? Like maybe it's in Andrew's past before he made all the money or he had a big personal brand.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, from what I understand, the cam business stopped a long time ago. I think his brother Tristan continued it and Andrew didn't. Look, when you know somebody's character, you know somebody's character. And from my experience with Andrew and from what I understand of this entire cam business, I understand that he was perhaps in a relationship with many of the women and, that's how he was able to get them to do what he wanted to do. But it's all consensual. These women are of age, and I thought we all believed that men and women were equal. So women are smart enough and intelligent enough to be discerning enough and make their own decisions and be able to be adults and decide whether they want to be a cam girl or not. And I think, he's one of those men who women tend to look up to and fawn all over, and that's the women's responsibility. If she's there just fawning all over him and is happy to be his cam girl, then I think she needs to take some accountability. I think this idea of he's manipulative and it is what it is. Like, people are just crying really over nothing. And
you're literally defending pimping right now. You understand that, right?
Sorry, say that again.
And whenever anyone is interviewed outside the house with a serial killer, they always say, "Oh, he's the nicest guy in the neighborhood." So, I mean, let's have some balance here. The 6 victims have come forward and said that they've been raped, kidnapped, basically, and sexually assaulted. I think we need to show a little bit of decorum and respect. This happened in the heart of human trafficking in Europe, in a place where people are incredibly disadvantaged, where young girls don't have the privileges that we have living in grey. It's irrelevant that there are vulnerable young girls who can't even afford to eat,
How's
who are
that
being
relevant to
exploited
Andrew?
every single day in Romania. How's it relevant to Andrew? We don't know. He's just been
Exactly.
arrested after a 9-month investigation. So before you just say it's total nonsense and completely
You asked my
disrespect
opinion.
the
You asked my
potential victim,
opinion.
you say it's total. I knew you would come on with that opinion. You say it's total
That's
nonsense.
my
So
opinion.
why don't you have some balance and say why don't we wait and see the investigation, which has been going on for 9 months, actually play out before dismissing 6 young women accusing a guy of basically coercing them and raping
You
them.
asked my
I
yeah.
think show a little bit of
I
respect
don't need
to the people
You
involved.
asked my
No, you don't
opinion.
need to because you never do. No.
Okay, so that's a personal attack. Thank you. So I came on. You asked my opinion. I'm going to give my opinion. I don't need to show respect to anyone that I don't know. I'm being very unemotional about the situation. Of course, we all
Your
know.
opinion is it's total nonsense.
Sam,
It's total nonsense.
Sam,
You're, you're
I mean, do you
sorry.
want
got
my
your point.
opinion
No,
or
I
not?
got it. You meant. So now I've got another question for you,
Sure.
if you don't mind. What information would make you change your opinion? Say, okay, this is pretty sick. Like, what allegations have proven true? So that, because I think one of the allegations that there were minors, Kim and Sam, you can confirm that some of the girls were below 18. Is that correct?
I'll be honest, I didn't see that in the official police statement,
No, I
but
think
if Kim has more
Kim is the one that.
information.
Yeah, Kim, you're the one that kind of brought that to my attention. No.
No, I'm reading the same document that you are all reading, the press release from the police in Romania saying that 2 defendants for committing the crimes of human trafficking, minors trafficking, and pimping. So minors trafficking means that there were probably females involved that were not 18 years old yet.
So from these allegations, Leia, so maybe I'd say if these allegations are proven true and there's evidence to support it, I'm guessing you'd have a different opinion of this, but you just think that
I would hope
are
so,
just
because if those allegations are true, they're damning as hell, right? There's no walking back. I mean, you can't walk that back. It's insane.
Yeah, let's be clear. I
but
obviously don't
go ahead.
support rape. I'm a woman. I don't support rape. I don't support abuse or anything like that. All I can do is go off somebody's character. Right now, there's no evidence. And so all I can do is go off someone's character. What I do know
There's
is
an awful
that
lot of evidence from the police. There's evidence from the
yeah,
police, which is what
police
led to a 9-month
the police
investigation.
get
So
things wrong. The
somebody's
police get things wrong.
no, they do.
Suddenly the police aren't interested in the likes of Prince Andrew and all this stuff. I'm not, it's all
So the Romanian police are not going to arrest Prince Andrew. He's not in Romania. So
even that's irrelevant because of course there's Interpol, there's all these, they're all in communication with each other. The establishment really don't care about the truth. What they care about is cracking down on what threatens them. And like I said, of course, if there's evidence that comes to light that he really did abuse these women and he's a rapist, then of course my opinion would change. I'm not a lunatic, despite what I don't know who was speaking earlier might think, but if actual evidence came to light, then of course. However, all I can do is go off my instinct and my judgment based off of somebody that I have met on several occasions and have had many conversations with. And a lot of things have been taken out of context. Like I said, there's a lot of people that dislike him. He's angered a lot of individuals. And so, of course, they can get the Romanian police and people in Romania to come up with all sorts of stories. Romania is one of the most corrupt countries in Europe. I believe that's why Andrew chose to live there, because it's easier to pay people off. It's one of the most corrupt countries.
And what does that
in
say
Europe.
to you?
oh, that's an
Why would he
interesting
need
point
to
that
do
you just
that?
raised.
Why would he need to do
if
that?
he's not doing anything shady, why does he have to live in Romania?
Yeah, this is an 8-month
Pretty sure he lives there for
police
tax
investigation.
reasons.
No, Romania is not a tax haven at all. Romania is a very cheap place with a massive amount of human trafficking, the worst in the world, apparently. For someone who claims to be worth $200 or $300 million, there's very little logic to why he would live in Romania. It's not a tax haven. Dubai is a tax
It's
haven.
definitely better for taxes. It's definitely better than the
No,
UK
it
for
isn't. It's a
taxes.
European
I'll
country.
go.
No, maybe
I'll
the
go
UK,
to,
maybe.
So before going to Viva, I want to go quickly to Minod. Minod, you were trying to DM me and then DM Tara. Tara, thanks for sending me that. You wanted to offer more clarity on the business model of Andrew. So I'll give you the mic, and then we'll go to Viva.
Yeah, so I just want to clarify. A lot of you guys were talking about OnlyFans, but the main business that he and his brother ran were webcams. So they used a website called My Free Cams, but what happened is he and his brother, they were actually getting scammed on this website. Some of the guys, they found out how to make fake tokens, and they were getting some of their girls to perform for free. So they switched over to Chatbait, and when they switched over to Chatbait, Andrew had an argument with one of his girls. She said he didn't pay her the money she was owed. and that he was violent with her. So she was actually held in custody for 2 days in the UK, and then he moved over to Romania where he was arrested again. So, I mean, with all of this, I find it hard to believe that Andrew is a good guy. You know, there's just so much evidence against him. He's been arrested in the UK, in Romania, and again. And there's actually some videos where he has admitted that he used the lover boy tactic to get women to basically think he was in love with them and to